As the world moves to cleaner, more sustainable transport, we're going to need more copper. Because even an electric car needs 4 times as much copper as a standard car. So some might be surprised to know it's actually copper mines like Olympic Dam in South Australia that are helping build a cleaner world. Think big.
Copper is a chemical element with the symbol Cu and atomic number 29. Copper is a soft, malleable and ductile metal, which means it is easily shaped into wires and sheets. It also has very high thermal and electrical conductivity and corrosion resistance. Fresh copper has a pinkish-orange colour and acquires a reddish tarnish when exposed to air. Copper turns green because of an oxidation reaction. That is, it loses electrons when exposed to air. For example, when used on buildings, roofs or statues, like the Statue of Liberty. Copper is one of the few metals that can occur in nature in a directly usable metallic form. This led to very early human use from 8000 BC. It was the first metal to be smelted from sulfide ores in 5000 BC, and the first metal to be cast into shape in a mould in 4000 BC. Copper can also occur as copper sulfides, such as chalcopyrite, bornite, and chalcocite, or as copper carbonates, such as azurite or malachite, or as copper oxides. Chile is the world's largest producer of copper, while Australia is 5th. Australia has the second largest reserve of copper in the world, of 87 million tonnes. The growth of the copper industry is linked to the increasing use of electricity. This is owing to 2 of its properties. Copper is an excellent electrical conductor, and it is ductile enough to be drawn into wire and beaten into sheets without fracturing. About 60% of all copper produced is used to make electrical wires, 20% is used for roofing and plumbing, and 15% for industrial machinery. A smartphone contains around 20 grams of copper, and the average suburban home contains around 200 kilos of copper.
Copper uses for the future. These few slides will build upon our current uses and what we'll be using going forward. Now, as we continue to advance, develop new technologies, and build new cities, copper will remain a trusted commodity to meet our future demands and growing needs. Technology, versatility, sustainability, jobs. Copper fits into all 4 of these. Think iPhones, electric cars, windmills, the drive for a low-carbon economy, our long-term sustainable development goals, and lastly, employment, career growth, and our economic health. These are some of the few in which copper is used for currently. Copper is on the forefront to helping the shift and delivering change. But why copper? Copper is continuously recyclable, can be reused without any loss in performance. Recycling copper saves energy, reduces greenhouse gas emissions, extends the life of natural resources, and saves valuable land from being used for landfills. Copper is essential renewable energy technology needed to combat climate change, and it's also included in solar panels and wind turbines. Okay, let's speak more quantitative and provide some numbers to back this up. As we work to build solar panels, hybrid cars, or pure battery-powered electrical vehicles, our demand for copper will rise. Solar panels require approximately 5 kilograms of copper per kilowatt. That's more than double the copper intensity than our alternative form of generation. A hybrid car uses 40 kilograms of copper. That's twice the amount of copper for regular petrol-used cars. And a pure battery-powered electrical vehicle uses even more copper, about 80 kilograms or 4 times that of a petrol car. Copper can help reduce greenhouse gases, combat climate change, and create a more sustainable, better planet. In other words, copper is a pretty big deal. This slide is more on a personal level of what I hope to see in the future. Enhanced virtual connection would be one. I've been working from home for the past 5 months. Advancing virtual technologies to support flexible work and enhance virtual connections is a pretty hot topic. Now, secondly, is gaming. I myself am not a huge gamer. However, my housemates turned to gaming during lockdown. Think COD, Apex, Fortnite, Sims, just to name a few. Hopefully by saying these buzz names, I've reignited everyone's attention. Interesting fact, copper is used in the making of these consoles and many other electrical applications. Copper acts as a building block for computers, phones, and various other technologies. Increased demand for a more advanced future will in turn lead to a continued demand for copper. This brings us to our last slide, COVID. The use of copper in various hospitals and heavily exposed surfaces have received huge traction, especially given COVID on the loose. Places all across the world have replaced most frequently touched surfaces to help reduce the spread of germs and protect the health of its visitors. But why copper? Because copper and its alloys exhibit impressive antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. Making and installing copper fittings is no more expensive than using materials such as stainless steel. These new findings could lead to copper being a compulsory investment for hospitals and many other public areas where transmission of bacteria is most susceptible. Copper is leading the way, lifting our game and setting the standards.
Hi there, I'm Campbell Ellingham and I'm Geotechnical Engineer at Olympic Dam. Here we are at the entrance to the portals, the entrance to the underground workings. The Geotech department here, one of our main roles is supporting the rock mass. As you can see, we're tunnelling down through the rocks, so we need to support the ground around it. So basically we do this by installing surface support, which is fibercrete, and we install bolts. I'm a Kiwi. I grew up and studied in New Zealand. I studied a Bachelor of Science majoring in Geology and then a Master's in Engineering Geology. I worked in Sydney and Melbourne for 2.5 years in civil consultancy, with a geotech consultancy, working in the construction industry. Moved to mining 18 months ago, and I haven't looked back. I love the industry. It's really fast paced. No 2 days are the same. The team we work with a great wide range of people. Here at Olympic Dam we're mining copper, which is such an important resource for a sustainable future, and it's great to be a part of.
Yes, you're an underground geologist. What does an average day for you look like underground?
Well, Amy, my days are usually very busy. First off, I go underground and check the new development headings and speak with the operators to ensure the correct material is going to the correct location. I also do a lot of tunnel wall mapping. That includes mapping for geological structures and any copper mineralisation in the walls. This is very important because this informs the geotechnical engineers of any potential weaknesses in the rock.
And what is your favourite part of your job?
Well, I like going underground because every day is different. You speak to different people and you get to see different things. That's what I love most about my job. Amy, you've just joined us on our BHP graduate program. What degree did you study at university and why did you choose a career in mining?
I studied geology at the Queensland University of Technology. I studied geology because it's an amazing application of physics, chemistry and environmental sciences into one. I picked mining industry because it's an industry my family has worked in for many generations. BHP's graduate program was definitely one for me because of Olympic Dam being a world-class deposit, and it's also the deposit that my dad worked on when he was my age 20 years ago.
Ah, so you might have used these rail carts back in the days then?
Possibly.
So why geology?
Well, I was always fascinated by landforms. I always wondered what shaped the earth and what processes shaped the earth. And as I grew a bit older, I got a bit more interested in the actual rocks. And as you can see, I'm a little bit obsessed with rocks and what's in them. So geology is a natural course for me and I absolutely love it.
keep the party. Yo, keep the party.